So today we are in Japan, and if you are looking for a dry or wet setup, you are in the right place because this is going to be perfect for you for any league race. So let's get into it. This is the dry setup first. So aerodynamics, you want the front wing aero at 45 and the rear wing aero at 32. Transmission, you want the differential adjustment on throttle at 70% and the differential adjustment off throttle at 50%. Engine braking at 100. Suspension geometry, you want all four to the left and then onto suspension. You want front suspension at 41, rear suspension at 8. Front anti-roll bar at 19 and the rear anti-roll bar at 14. You want the front ride height at 25 and the rear ride height at 59. Brakes, you want 97% brake pressure and 55% front brake bias. And tyres, as always, all the way to the right for all four. Now, the important one, we want the wet setup. So let's load up Japan in the wet. So starting off with aerodynamics, you want the front wing aero at 40 and the rear wing aero at 30. Transmission, you want the differential adjustment on throttle at 20% and the differential adjustment off throttle at 40%. Engine braking at 70. Suspension geometry, you want the first three all the way to the left, and then you want rear toe in at 0.17 here in Suzuka. Suspension, you want the front suspension at 38 and the rear suspension at 5. You want the front anti-roll bar at 14 and the rear anti-roll bar at 7. You want the front ride height at 28 and the rear ride height at 60. Onto the brakes, you want the brake pressure at 99% and the front brake bias at 54%. And then tyres, you want the fronts at 27.5 and the rears at 26.5. I hope this helps for any of your dry or wet races around Suzuka here in Japan. Make sure you check out the playlist for any other circuits. They've all been updated as well.